command, the more highly educated the person is, and the more wisdom they have gathered with age, particularly if they have seen combat themselves, and therefore the more likely they are to be on our side. There is a battle going on within the Pentagon, to be sure, and within the CIA, for the heart and mind of this country. And so far it appears like we're on the winning side.
Come down to the microphone, please.
Oh, we have a question here. Sorry, could you
Yeah,
take this one?
go ahead.
Yes, sir. When it comes to the constitutional principle of government neutrality, respecting religion, wouldn't it be best for...
The microphone is for the benefit of the listening audience around the country. Speak loudly for the benefit of those in this room.
Do I need to start over?
Yeah, start over. I didn't quite hear you.
So when it comes to the constitutional principle of government neutrality, respecting religion, wouldn't it be best for elected officials to not ask some God to bless America?
Well, I think that may be carrying it a little too far. The Constitution says that the government will not establish a state religion.
No, that's not what it says.
And will
it
not.
It says the government shall not
pass no
any
law
religion.
Establishment of religion.
Add establishment of any religion.
Yeah, that does
and
not.
Your religion, it seems, still gets in the way of constitutional observance.
Well, I'm not sure, because the Constitution guarantees what we now have expanded into separation of church and state, and it guarantees us freedom of religion. It does not guarantee us freedom from religion.
Well,
and if we carried that out, if we carried that out and said that presidents and politicians could not ask God to bless America, that would be making atheism the state religion.
No, it would not. It would not.
Thank you very much.
Neutrality.
I answered your question as I see it. Can we have another question?
Well, it's the only disagreement we have.
Okay. Well,
And
fine.
agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yeah, I like the... Hello? Can you hear me?
That you won't hear any feedback from that.
Gotcha.
That is just for the radio. You'll have to speak up for the audience and for me.
Thank you. My name is Jim Ramsbottom. I've been in Austin for about 10 years. I've been in this so-called my own personal movement, trying to help people for the last 5 years. I mean, I'm 55 years old. I was in the 53 lottery. I didn't go because of 4F, bad knee, high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's when I began looking at things as they were and realized that this is national. This is not right. And so I think that all the things that I hear, I'm sorry I was late, but what I'm here to discuss is we can get in arguments amongst each other, but yet there are so many people that just don't understand what the hell's going on. I mean, you know, it sounds like something from outer space, that what the truth is. Mm-hmm. And what I've been trying to do is, like the Obama deception. I don't know how many of those I've given out.
Right.
You know, and people keep coming. You know, I was a conspiracy theorist, you know, about 3 years ago, and all of a sudden people are coming to me to ask questions.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is that you know, there seems like there's a gap between 35 and 45, you know, age-year-old that like my daughter, 23, she gets it. I get it. The World War II vets get it. My father-in-law he was in Normandy. He gets it. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I sent him. The point is that I would like to know what do you feel? Because you can't start him with Alex. He's my man. But you know, but I can't start him with that. I got to start soft.
Right. Well, okay. My answer to that
I
is
understand what he's doing.
you may have missed it. First of all, 35 to 45-year-olds are so busy working 2 and 3 jobs to try to support their family that they don't feel they have time for anything else, and they certainly don't want to listen to anything which will lessen their ability to support their family. So it's very hard. I have trouble like this with some of our kids, some of our kids-in-law, and it's a tough age. But what I have found works with them better than anything else is the same thing that works with congressmen and senators, and that's my 3-minute smoking gun video on Building 7. I talked about that probably before you came.
Well, I've watched Richard Gage. I mean, I've seen...
Well, Richard Gage takes 2 hours to say what I prove in 3 minutes with that video. You're not going to get a member of Congress or your 35-year-old neighbor to sit down for 2 hours and watch Richard Gage. But you can get him to sit down with you and watch a 3-minute video and then ask you questions about it. And that video is on our website, thepatriots.us, in downloadable form. You can download that 3-minute video onto a DVD and take it around with you and lobby Congress or your neighbor or whoever. And I encourage you to do so.
Because I feel like that we need to get those people on board, so that, because they're the ones that's the mainstream right now that can lobby their Congress.
Okay,
Right.
you have another question, please.
Yes, my name is Cecil Taylor. Have you talked with any high-ranking generals or admirals who will not go along with martial law, and recently?
I have generals and admirals from all of the military services on the Patriots Advisory Board. As far as going along with martial law, I haven't discussed this with folks lately, but as I said, I am quite confident that indeed there is a split within the military, but I'm sure that the majority of the high-ranking officers are on our side and would not carry out martial law against American citizens exercising their constitutional rights.
Yes, Colonel Bowman. My name is Dr. David Berry. I'm an obstetrician and a maternal fetal medicine specialist here in town.
Great.
And between the age of 35 and 45.
Great. And I see some gals in the back wanting to know if you're available.
Yeah, he's single.
The good ones are always taken, right?
Nope, divorced now.
Oh.
No, but sir, I see a whole lot of considerable amount of discontent within the people, within my patients, within my family, and no one knows what to do. Everyone has gone down the educational arm. The Patriots and the Truth Movement, I think, not to steal something from the PNAC documents, but something has to bring, some galvanizing event has to bring the Patriot community together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that happening through an economic collapse? There's something drastic has to happen to have us not argue amongst ourselves and our libertarian individualist philosophies and come together under the same, under the same roof and actually do something to take our country back. What do you suppose, or what do you?
Well, I don't know if there will be one of these major catalyzing events to bring folks together. I'm doing what I can. I talked about this on the Alex Jones show today, and in all of my talks, I mentioned the need for us all to come together, left and right, and that may not be the case here, because this was put together a little bit at the last minute. But most of my talks around the country are co-sponsored by a wide variety of groups, including the Green Party and the Libertarian Party, the Ron Paul meetups, and the Dennis Kucinich meetups. And that, to me, is a good sign. It's what I'm trying to do. We're also co-sponsored often by the 9/11 Truth groups and a variety of peace groups, Veterans for Peace, Raging Grannies, and Code Pink, and so forth. So in addition to bringing together the left and the right, we're trying to bring together the natural allies of the 9/11 Truth movement, the Patriot movement, and the old line peace movement. because we're all against these wars.